Hi, James. So here's the theorbo. Here's my cat. And I just wanted to give you a picture of the overall thing in motion so that you get an idea of how it's shaped and what's going on here. I'm just going to go around it kind of quickly right now. You can probably see that the diapasons are a little high from here, but we'll get into that a little bit more. Anyway, you can also see the dishing with how the shadows come from the sun here. So it's rolled a little bit this way, and then it comes up. And if you have it going right, you get a little bit of S-curve coming down again over here. And we kind of see that. It's kind of happening. Okay, so we're going to come around here. This is where Mel taped it up yesterday. And I'm just going to take the tape off. I only started it a little while ago. That comes off. That comes off. And off they go. And we should have a fairly good working join there. That's what I see. So we're good to go as far as the top being nailed down. Now there's the question of action. Let's see, let's go from the other side. Try to knock it off. And if we come down here, what do we see? Diapasons here, other strings down there. And that continues up like that. So here's Mel's reasons for keeping it as is. To bring this down, the only really working solution is either to change this angle here or this angle here. You can retop it, or in theory retop it, and take a little bit of this bowl down, and that would give you a little bit. You might give you up to maybe 3 or 4 millimeters, although I don't think that's quite enough. But what is constraining that is this very thin capping piece that goes along here. Already we're very thin. To bring that down as much as we need here, we're going to take that so far in as to be not really practical. You'll go within that spacer join, and that doesn't give you enough for your cap. So he's reluctant to take the top off. That would be the general fix in those days anyway. The idea being it's easy to take a top off and it's easy to make a top. So they would just redo the top. It's a lot easier than shaping a neck. That's the idea. And Mel could make another top. That wouldn't be that difficult. But to do it right, you need to take this down, and he doesn't want to take that any thinner. It's also a fairly thin body. Not a large body, but kind of thinnish. Let's see, where else? Looking at. So as far as fingering here, that's fine. Most figured bass is within the first or second position, so you're not going any higher than this. You don't really need to finger higher here unless it's de pièce, meaning, well, you know, you speak French. So you might want some of that, but for a continuo instrument, you're pretty much fine here. So here's your basses. They're up high, as you can see. And there is a little bit of roll off here, but not much. You don't really notice it. Is there an angle? Kind of. Okay. It's mostly good to go. So the strings, those are new metal wound strings. See along here. There's no, a little bit of funny business there. If it's an issue, are we even looking at it? Oh, right here, there's a little bit of silver. If that's a problem, we can replace that one. It's not a big deal. I don't see the need to replace all of them. Of course, if you want to, we can. So as Mel sees it, all theorbos bend this way. It's just a matter of time. They'll just go up like that. It just happens to everyone. There's no getting around it. And you do either this fix or that fix or some combination. That's just how the world works. So that's what we're looking at.